Morning, Frage.
What's the haps?
What's the haps?
New format this week due to a call-in last week, right?
They want to see your pretty
They
ass
want to
face.
see some fucking face action, huh? So we got it going this week. Fucking shit, I forget this. Get my John Pauls every week, dude.
Got the John Pauls, rocking the John Pauls.
We're not sponsored by anybody yet, but hopefully one of our sponsors will get his John Pauls.
I could do this right here.
Now we can get the
Play grab ass.
Now we got some magic.
Fucking table going flying everywhere.
I know. Wow, I can see us better too on this view, dude.
Yeah. Sunday? What's the date, Frage? June 10th.
June 10th, son of a bitch.
Why don't you send your shout outs? What do you got? IGA? You send a shout out to
shit.
IGA, Sonia Vina?
Let me see here. Alright. I wrote them down for somewhere, dude. Yeah, Warriors won the championship, man, this week.
Wasn't much of a game. You know how fucking, it's amazing to see all these people wearing Warriors gear. Fucking Warriors shirts.
Dude,
Get the fuck out of here. None of you guys
Hold
are
on,
Warriors
man. Hold
fans.
on.
If you're born after fucking 85, you're not a fucking Warriors fan.
Dude, hold
Fuck
on, man.
you and your fucking bandwagon
Hold
Warriors
on, dude,
ass.
gosh damn, you just fucking rammed the dick in there. No,
Alright,
no
my-
licking of the pussy. Or
My
nothing,
my
dude.
bad, yeah.
Holy shit.
I got on
dude.
side like a 13-year-old boy. Go ahead.
We're gonna roll over these ones again right here. Appreciate you talking. All right, we got a new cap from Nepal, Oswaldo.
I don't know. You keep track of that stuff.
All right,
Frage.
good. What's up, Oswaldo? Cool name. Mondo, Miss Lori, who we know is Christina Hoff,
Okay.
and there's great graduation. We'll tip on that later too.
Yeah, fucking.
Nate, Jennifer, Vicky, and the big show. My buddy Matt Nelson. He's every week viewer like that guy. But Nepal, thanks for showing in for our international stuff. That is international, right?
I guess. I don't know. You could have said it's in fucking.
I think DePaul is in the United
Yeah,
States.
yeah, that's
but
college.
Nepal is somewhere. Yeah, we'll check it out. And I'm sorry for the Japanese girls that are texting us and stuff. We still don't know how to reply, so...
You got Japanese girls texting you?
I know.
I want to see the text, bro.
I have no
Big
idea.
text and symbols?
Yeah, they're characters. Dude. It's a bunch of
Yeah,
things.
you're a
I'm not-
character.
I have no idea, but I'm happy you guys... Look, we can't even got the Fellas Cup in there. I'm happy you guys are watching. Wow, can you hear that sound? Mics are queued up. We got some top-notch shit working now, dude.
Yeah, you got it all figured in. You got down. We got an IT guy, otherwise known as
IT
Kevin
guy.
Frazier.
We got a makeup dog now.
What were we saying? Oh, the fucking championship. Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking whoever wins the championship every year, there's fucking so many fucking fans. Fuck you, Warrior fans. I wanted to see the Warriors beat Cleveland, but there ain't no fucking Warrior fans. I know like two. Both of them are fucking over 60 years old. If you didn't go to the games in the 70s, you're not a fucking Warriors
Well, they
fan.
weren't born in the 70s. that's
Then you
the
can't,
other thing.
unless you're born in Oakland, how are you a fucking Warriors fan?
Dude,
Nobody a
okay.
fucking Warriors fan. If your favorite player is Kevin Durant, you're not a Warriors fan.
Dude, Kevin Durant, it just pisses me off that he, instead of him building his own team like he was with Oklahoma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of doing it that way, he just said, "Oh well, fuck it, I'm going to join a team that already won the
Well,
championship."
that's the new gig. That's how you do it.
I know it started with Garnett and Pierce and Ray Allen. That was like the first kind of let's get together kind of thing.
Was it? I think so. Yeah, you're probably
In
right.
Boston, man,
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because back in the day, Larry Bird would not play with fucking Magic
Or
Johnson.
Barkley. They would.
Barkley would not join Jordan.
No, not even to win a championship. But
But I do
that's where
remember
we're
this.
at to compete.
I've been a Lakers fan since day one. Never changed on my basketball. And one year they got Glenn Rice, Karl Malone.
Yeah,
Gary
Payton.
Payton.
Yeah, that was.
They kind of tried to did it, but they were all fucking.
They're too old.
They were Jerry Rice old, dude. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
They were gonna do nothing.
it was still cool to get those Laker jerseys, though.
Yeah,
Like I can't wait for LeBron to be a Laker this year,
He might be.
dude.
He might be a
it's
Laker
going
or a
down.
Knick or 76er. You know, you don't. I don't know.
It's going down, dude. He's going to the Lake Show, man.
But I mean, I always said I didn't give him no credit for winning championship at the Heat. I gave him credit when he went to the fucking.
No, that was Dwayne Wade's team, dude. Even though LeBron went there, it's still Dwayne Wade, and then fucking who was the other guy? Bosh.
Yeah,
Bosh was a beast.
Yeah,
just like with Chicago, dude. He had Pippen. Pippen and Jordan together were fucking badass. But then they added Rodman in the mix. The guy to do the dirty work.
Yeah, they added role players. I don't say they added fucking. They had Steve Kerr, Tony Kukoc. They didn't add these fucking superstars. They just had role players. They had Michael Jordan. They had role players. You know,
Steve Tampax Kerr.
I love Steve Kerr, dude. Steve Kerr's a fucking stud.
Steve Kerr could suck my ball hole, dude.
You know what's wrong with Steve Kerr?
Dude, he's a way far left liberal, dude. He leaves you way left on liberalism, dude.
Nah, he just makes sense. I just listened to this guy this morning. He was like, why I changed my view a little bit on things, because I started realizing and feeling bad about shit. Once you start feeling bad, you know better. You have to do better. I think people haven't got there yet. You'll get there. We'll get there.
Dude, I'm pretty much where I'm at on my points of view.
Hey.
I treat everybody good, man. I'm a libertarian. You do what you want to do, that's fine
that's
with me.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
Okay. I just started realizing, you know what? I can't say shit like that anymore because I know better. And I'm like, okay. And I see people who say shit like that, I'm like, well, they just don't know any better. That's just them. They have to grow out of it.
No, here's what you got to realize is there are people that already know better, and they're still that way, man. That's just who they are. You know, I
don't know if they know better. Dude, they can't know better.
That's the whole reason I don't do Facebook anymore, man, because there's too many people on there that won't fucking try to learn anything. There's people, the last book they read was fucking Old Yeller in 6th grade. I'm serious. That's the last fucking book because it was assigned reading.
I don't know.
Dude, I'm serious, man. Fucking people are the way they are, man. Very rarely. Let me ask you this.
You could change. Let
me ask you, out of your friends, though, you know, because we have friends, and then we have
a couple friends.
Then we have like brothers, and we have fellas. I mean, there's different
people you work with,
different tiers of friendship and stuff. But just give me an example of one person that you know has really like fucking changed their whole ideal or the way of thinking on shit.
Me?
That's you. That's what I'm saying. Give me some other person, dude. I attribute most of your change to your woman. Sarah, you've done a pretty good job with this guy.
I would say some of it is, some of it it's the kids too, raising kids, and in this era is that too. But I don't know. I always think of myself being a genuinely good person, kind of people, and I used to come home, watch fucking Fox News and Bill O'Reilly and vote Republican, and then now I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, that's so fucking bullshit. Like, that's just so I can't think like that anymore. I'm like, and I used to be like, fucking call people fags and shit like that, and then like be like gay shouldn't be get married, and I used to be all that. And now I'm like live and let live. Live and let live.
I don't care if it doesn't hurt me or my family or anyone indirectly. I don't care what the fuck you do.
People first before anything.
Don't try just because you're 1% or 2% of the nation. Don't try to push your ideals in the way this world should be on me. You do your thing, and I respect that. Do your thing. But don't try to tell me I'm doing wrong because I don't believe in gay marriage or because I think a man is a man and a woman is a woman. That's fine. Let me think my way.
Do you think people are born gay?
No,
I don't think so. You don't see a little fucking... I always believe like you, but don't you see a little fucking like 6-year-old going, flamboyant and throwing his hands out? Dude. I think that they were born that way. I mean, I do. Honestly, I'm like, that little... you could tell. You can see a little kid and say, he's gay.
You think so?
And he's not trying to be something that he's not.
But I've also seen it where they're feminine. I mean, like Greg Gottlieb. Dude is like feminine to me. Greg Gottlieb. He has his own... I just read his book. He's got his own show and shit. But he has feminine tendencies, but he's married. He has kids, all that stuff. But he has feminine tendencies. My thing is, if there's a seed that's getting ready to start growing, right? And you nurture it, and you give it water and sunlight and all the things it's supposed to do, it's going to grow and become a flower. Same thing. If your kid is acting gay or has feminine tendencies and
acting gay? What is acting gay? Like accidentally sucking dick?
No, like, okay, let me ask you this.
Well, fuck.
How is it that every gay man, well, I will say, let's use one of my percentages here. 82% of all gay men 82% of all gay men are like, hey, what are you doing? Like, quit it. They all have this voice. that is a learned trait. It's a learned voice.
You really think it's learned? But I mean, I see little kids acting like that. I think there's some truth what you're saying, and this is our fucking logic. I think there is kids, especially now, that are confused.
Yes.
And if you guide them that way, and if you lead them to that way, or if they're not guided the way that you want to raise them, they could go that way. But I think there is people that are born that way.
Well, I mean, and there are hermaphrodites. I mean, there are people that are not just born man or woman.
Hermaphrodites. Yeah. That's not too many people.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Do you think... Jamie Lee Curtis.
Dude, Jamie Lee Curtis.
So you think our friend of ours, Jay, do you think his daughter was born gay, or...
I think she's always had those type of tendencies. You know, I've seen it, and that's what I was going to tell you too. Another one of our friends, Mig, his son, went to his 5-year-old birthday party. Boys rocking a Speedo, right? I'm like, this is kind of odd, but he's full blown drag transgender stuff now, dude. And I think his mom always pushed him and gave him encouragement to be who he is and stuff, you know. And his dad was on the other side, like, hey, you're a boy, you know, this that. And I think you put the two together, the negativity, right, from one side and the positivity from the other, it gives him the balance that he needed to become the person that he wanted. Because he saw both sides of it.
Be who you want to be.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you want to be gay, but don't try to tell me there's 32 different classes of transgender, man. I mean, genders. Because maybe 3. I can go with 3. Because of hermaphrodites. I don't know if you've seen them, the dudes that are born.
I know what you're talking about, but that's got to be very, very rare.
It's rare, but it happens, dude. It's just like virgin births. They happen, dude.
Oh, I love it.
But that wasn't even a topic, dude. We just got into it.
I know, no, that's good.
But we were going to go back to the fucking bandwagon fans and shit, because...
how did we get from bandwagon fans to fucking
you said fag or something like that, and that just...
No, I didn't say that.
It was a trigger word, dude. It was a trigger word. But I remember this when we were little, right? Because all my teams I picked from the get-go were all the LA teams, because that's when I started realizing what teams I liked. But when I moved back to Galt, my dad, my uncles, everybody I was around were Cowboy fans, so I became a Cowboy fan, you know, because of them. And my first stepdad...
That's usually how it works.
Yeah, my first stepdad put all the LA teams on me, though. And to this day, my first stepdad is still on my Hall of Fame of dads I've had. Because I've probably had like 8 dads or 8 father figures in my life, you know. But he's still just a fucking awesome influence in my life. And a lot of my sports teams, I carry him with me to those because the memories, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the hockey game, going to baseball, basketball, doing all that shit. But when I moved to Galt, I became a Cowboys fan. And there's a bunch of Cowboys fans here. And I think it's because Cowboys were on TV all the time. Even though we live in Galt, the team we got to see was still...
Right, because we didn't have cable. I mean, like that. We had like 3, 10, 13, 31, 40.
Yeah, and I don't think 40, or I think 36.
Yeah.
I remember Channel 36, but I don't think they play sports. But so I got that. And then I switched being a Cowboys fan to a Raiders fan when I was 21. Excuse me.
Is that legal? In California, is that legal?
Kurt gives me shit about it. DG gives me shit about all the Cowboys fans that I was Cowboys fans with. Gives me shit about it, but Cowboys just won a fucking world championship.
Mm-hmm.
Raiders sucked ass, but I got turned out when I went to the fucking Coliseum with all my buddies from work, my new friends and shit. I'm 21, able to buy beer.
You live in California.
Live in California. It's a fucking home game, you know, 90 minutes away, and Jay Bird and Wayno. Those guys were Raiders fans, you know, so it just turned me to the dark side, dude. And then nobody believed me, so I went and got the Raider tat. So I was like, fucking, this
You're
is
fucking tagged for life.
This is for life, you know. And
Por vida.
And the Raiders haven't won fucking shit since I've been...
You're the fucking jinx, bro.
Dude,
You're the fucking jinx. I became a Raider fan because of the fucking Niners. Because the Niners won the Super Bowl against the Bengals, and I was like, fuck everybody's a Niner fan. Fuck the Niners.
That's the other thing I was going
to Fuck the fucking 49ers. But you know what? I got to give them a little bit of respect because, you know, you live in California, so you really should only root for 2 teams if you live in Northern California, the Niners or the Raiders.
See, I don't know about that, man, because this is the other thing I see.
That's it. Fuck it.
In 1985, the fucking Bears were the baddest team alive. I mean, they had the Super Bowl shuffle.
Fuck the
They
Bears.
but they had fucking Walter Payton, Jim
Yeah,
McMahon.
no, yeah.
I mean,
The
the
fridge.
refrigerator. Yeah, I mean Marshall. They had a fucking badass team. And then you got guys like FloJo. Flowmaster was a Bears fan, right?
Yeah, he's still a Bears fan.
Tommy G became a Bears fan. Joe Ori. I started seeing these guys at school becoming Bears fans because they won the Super Bowl and shit. And if they try to tell me they were Bears fans before '85, I'll say stick a dick in your ass because you're lying. And this is the other one that gets me, dude. How are you a fucking New England Patriots fan?
No, you're not. No, Lee. There's nobody in California that's a New England Patriots fan.
Unless you move from fucking Boston.
Yes, I know an electrician guy. I know he moved from Boston. He's actually a fucking Patriots fan. He told me he's a Patriots fan. I'm like, fuck you. You ain't. He's like, I moved from Boston. I grew up in Boston. I'm like, okay, I'll give you that. You got.
Yeah,
that.
but this is it.
If
If you're a New England Patriots fan, then you're probably a Boston Red Sox fan.
Yeah.
You're probably a Boston Bruins fan.
Oh,
You're a
well,
Boston
boy went back
Celtics
to
fan.
Pittsburgh. Dennis, he went back to Pittsburgh because he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. You don't live in Pittsburgh. You don't live there and not be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. You know, that's just how it is.
And that's the way it is here, man. I mean, you go to a Raider game, dude. I mean, I feel fucking sorry for the retards that go and they're fucking wearing Broncos shit and it's a Broncos game. It's the Chiefs and you're playing the Raiders.
Yeah, but you should be able to. It's a sports. It's a sporting
It
event.
should be able to, but
be get like that.
I mean, that's like the only place where fucking hazing is still allowed is the Coliseum.
Well, Philadelphia, I heard is pretty bad too.
Oh yeah, you see that what Trump did with that with the White House shit, where there was
he disinvited them or whatever.
Well, there was like 80 of them that RSVP'd on Friday, and then Tuesday the Eagles called and said, "Oh, we only got 10 that want to come now." And so what they said was, "We want to speak on some topics. You know, we want to have time for policy topics and stuff." So Trump said, "Okay, let's talk about these policies and these topics." And then that's what happened. They broke out and they billed. He was actually going to give them the time to talk about the policies and shit the NFL has, but then they were like called.
I thought he came afterwards. After they said they didn't want to come.
He basically called their bluff, though.
I thought he disinvited them.
He did. I'm sorry, I could hear that fucking song over there.
He disinvited them. And then came back, and I think he got some. This is what I think. He got some flack for disinviting him, and he's come up with something that will try to kind of make it look not as bad by saying, "Okay, well, you know what? You could come now, and let's talk about those things." I think he said that after the fact, and that's a big deal. Saying that after you disinvite somebody, well, you know what? You can come, but let's talk about it now. But you already disinvited them.
No, but here's the thing. He gave him the time and said, "Hey, let's do this. Let's do this policy talk and shit."
Trump's petty. He's petty.
He's got a third grade mentality on shit like, "I don't like your shoes."
But he can say that. He can say, "You know what? If a bunch of people were gonna, if I invited a bunch of people to my house and they said, most of them said, well, we don't want to come because we don't really care for you or your family, whatever," I'd be like, well, fuck you then. Don't come. That's probably what I would probably say.
Yeah.
But you just have to live with the consequences. You can't get flack for it and then be like, you know what? Let's do this. How about if?
Here's the thing,
you're just doing that for political reasons now. And don't be political. You know, Trump has been pretty good about not being political like that. Don't go back on what you originally stood for to be political.
Yeah, but that's the whole reason the Eagles did it was a political stunt, dude.
Well,
they did it as a
don't
political
care
stunt.
for him. And the Eagles were the one team that none of them kneeled. None of them stayed in the lottery.
There was 8 teams that never didn't.
Yeah, I said they were one of the teams that didn't fucking kneel, and then that's when Fox got it wrong. They tried to show that picture of them kneeling and shit. They came back and retracted it. You see that?
I don't watch Fox.
They posted them
Obviously
fucking.
you do.
They posted a picture of them praying, and then they said this is them kneeling, and then they came back and they said no, it was actually them praying, and you know they actually didn't kneel and they apologized.
Well, I just think it's big time. Like they were throwing a bluff out there, and Trump was like, "All right, yeah, we'll give you an hour, 2 hours. What do you want to talk about policy?" And then they're dry. They're like, "Well, fuck, we don't know what we're going to talk about."
What about the Warriors now? They said they're not going to go.
That's why I don't like Steve Kerr too. You know what? This is where America's gotten. That's what's ruining California too. Is switching NFL teams is one thing, right? Bandwagon fans or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or like myself, I've been divorced twice. Switching wives is a big deal too, right?
Mm-hmm.
These people can't let go of their fucking Democrat, Republican ties and holds. That they need to have their Democratic way pushed forward or the Republican way pushed forward.
I don't think Steve Kerr is that. I think he's working in an environment that's mostly blacks, and he senses and feels their. He listens.
I think
to
it has
stories.
nothing to do with race, dude. I think it has nothing.
I think it has everything to do with race.
No. See,
I think America is that's what every.
That's perspective, dude. It's the show you listen to, dude. It's got the black guys are the ones feeding your brain about that stuff, man. That's
it's one black guy, one white guy.
The one guy's a mulatto, or he's a light skinned.
No, that was a different. That's a different one. That's the Breakfast Club. But I listened to
two
the Brilliant Idiot.
See, there's two shows.
Yeah.
You're getting that black perspective, man. So that's what.
But you have to. You have to get that Mexican perspective. You have to get that fucking.
What Mexican shows do you listen to?
No, I work with them, so I got that Mexican perspective, dude. That's where my compassion comes.
I don't get
from.
the Mexican perspective. I get the El Salvadorian.
Yeah. Well, El Salvador, and what's funny is Mexicans, probably El Salvador is probably the same way. They're probably the most racist people there is.
Dude.
They don't like black people, and they don't like white people.
I'll tell you right now, though, don't call an El Salvadorian a Mexican because they hate it, dude. Like if somebody came to me and said, "Oh, Fraser, you're Canadian," I'd be like, "Whatever. I don't give a fuck."
No, you fucking be like, "No, USA, USA."
Fucking Trudeau. J'aurais pu vous porter français.
Trudeau.
I don't know, but fucking. That's what I think is happening, though, man. Instead of us working to make America great, we got people. It's just like Democrats that say Raider fans and Republicans are Niner fans, right? Mm-hmm. You're not going to become a Niner fan. You're not going to become a Raider fan. I understand that part.
No, the politicians are fucked up. I would say the politicians are fucked up.
Yeah, but they have an opportunity to make shit better for us, and they're not.
They're not. They won't. If right now, I guarantee this, and I think Trump's a piece of shit, but if Trump said, you know what, let's give free health care to everybody, we got a plan to do that, and we can make everybody have free health care, and the Republican or the Democrats would say, no, we're not voting for it.
Exactly.
It would still happen. Oh, I agree with that 100%.
No, exactly.
And the Republicans would do the same thing. They did the same thing to Obama. They go back. It's the same fucking thing. I'm talking about people. I support people.
No, man, I'm as serious as I'll get up and fuck, man, because I'll guarantee you this. You go to another country, you try to buy a prescription, let's say like Ambien, right? It costs me like $10 a month, right? But you go to Canada and it's $2 a month for a prescription. The UK, it's $5 a month for a prescription, right? Because of our regulatory process and our taxes and all that state line shit with medical equipment, medical pharmaceutical goods, all that kind of shit, everything we do costs more here in California, man. Everything's fucked for us.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I have my check down there. I was going to break it down by percentages to actually give us a fucking real breakdown of when you make $1, how much you're paying to California. And it's around fucking 20 cents. Yeah. Every dollar you make goes to California.
California's rough to live in.
Dude, let me have that fucking 20 cents.
Nah, fuck that. You know what? Fucking keep your money. I don't even care anymore.
Dude, I do.
I was talking to a guy at work, and I was telling him that they got us so programmed to think this is how you have to be. You have to buy a house. You have to buy a new car. They want you in debt. And he was saying, well, I want to retire, and I want to have this much money in the bank. You don't have to have money in the bank. You don't. No. You have to be debt-free. That's how you survive is debt-free. Everybody's so fucking, like, brainwashing, like, okay, I have to have this house, and then I have to have a rental house, and then I have to have this new car, and I have to have a motorcycle, and then I have to have a boat. Like, if you're debt-free, that's where you need to be. That's where you can enjoy yourself, because, first of all, you can never stop working, I think. You stop working, you're going to die.
I don't know, man. You gotta have something to do, but you're right. I go because I have a really good every year. I get to see guys retire, and then
they die a year later.
Well, that happens too. But 4 or 5 years later down the line, or 10 years later down the line, I see them at another retirement party, and I'll say, "Hey, how you living, man? Oh yeah, okay. What do you? Oh, I went to Greece. Oh, okay, you traveling? Yeah, you went to Australia. They're doing all this kind of shit." And personally, what I do is I listen to those old people. And I hear their game plan, how they got to where they're at, right? And then you take that fucking game plan and you may alter it a little bit or say this and that, do this and that, but basically the old people have already given you a path. This is how you can live if you do the way things I did. Because they had the same fucking job I do. They do the same fucking thing I do, you know what I mean? So I see how they're living, and that's all I've done, and that's my game plan, dude. I'm just gonna follow what they did, but
I'm probably gonna work till I die. I noticed that most of the guys that we work with, they retire and they'll come back to work and they'll work like part-time or they'll do something part-time because and I said, why don't you just go fishing or go, they say you could only golf so many rounds or you could only go fishing so much before you're like, fuck, I need the camaraderie of like the guys at work and
friendship.
Yeah, and joking and bullshit, and like the old guys will come back, and our company's a little different because we put people to work that are, you know, older. And they just enjoy the bullshitting with other people. Otherwise, you go home, you retire, you die. You're gonna die. I know there's a couple guys right now, if I fucking say, you know what, you're done, you're too old to be working here, probably within a year they'll probably die. So right now, I'm keeping them alive.
You're doing a fucking public service, dude. No, my game plan, man, I don't plan on fucking traveling the world. I'm sure me and the old lady will go somewhere. But part of my game plan is that because she's 7 years younger than I am,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's going to help me out. So when I hit 55, she can carry me on her insurance till I'm 62 and get Medicare.
I'm in the same boat, dude. I'm in the same boat. What?
So,
I'm 43. Yeah, we're 6 years difference, I think.
Yeah.
And she works for the state, so I got, you know, I'll have coverage till I'm older too. So
that's what you got to do, man. Is get a younger wife. That's part of the plan, dude. It just worked out that way. It wasn't part of the plan, but.
So
what? So guys with older wives, you know, you might want to start thinking about things.
Yeah, start switching up. That's Kevin Frazier.
No. Bull, you know I'm just teasing you. You got to
you know people
That's the one I can like.
I wasn't even thinking about it.
I think Tammy might be like 2 years older than him.
Oh, so we're at the fucking this point of fucking the year where there's graduation parties, right?
Oh shit!
Fucking graduation party. You got fucking kids. So people miss work this week. From one kid graduated from kindergarten to first grade. One kid graduated from 6th grade to 7th grade. One kid graduated from 7th grade to 8th grade. Like, dude, you have fucking 2 fucking graduations. High school and college. That's all you fucking got. You don't even be missing work because your kid graduated from kindergarten to first fucking grade and then put 10,000 pictures on Facebook of their graduation. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares, dude. Fuck. Give it a rest, dude. Stop with these graduations. Pretty soon there's going to be promotions from 3rd to 4th grade. Hey, my kid just went from 3rd to 4th grade. Oh, look at my kid just went from 10th to 11th grade.
My kid just graduated the 2nd trimester of 2nd
grade. He just got fucking, he's a year and a half in on his fucking 3rd grade.
No, man, I was one of those kids. My old lady told me a couple weeks ago, and at work we have to give like a 10-day notice before we're going to take a day off. You have to give them 10 days. It's basically like 2 weeks, right? And I was like, fuck, I'll see what I can do, but my work don't work that way. My boss was cool because he's got kids and shit, so I took half a day off for the young one, and I took a full day off for the other one. But she was given the speech. Remember, I did the speech in 8th grade?
Mm-hmm. I did too.
Yeah.
You did one with Carol Hill, and I did another one by myself.
Yeah, so, you know, and I know.
But that was
that. Wayne showed up.
First of all, that was in the evening after work. It wasn't 1 o'clock in the day. Yeah, it wasn't during the day at 1 o'clock. You know, you didn't have to miss work. Now all this shit. You know, when my kid got perfect attendance, and I'm gonna have to miss work because they gotta give him an award. It's at fucking 12 o'clock, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? Make America great.
That's our fucking school district doing that shit, but. I remember like June 8th, that's a Friday, right? Like that's when you graduate. You don't graduate on a fucking Wednesday.
Wednesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah, because then I'm like, well, what are you doing tomorrow? Oh, well, we're going to sign yearbooks at 2 o'clock. I said, well, what are you doing Friday? Oh, we're going to Rancho Seco. I said, okay, all that shit's cool, but you should graduate on Friday. Why not go to Rancho Seco on Wednesday? You know, because the parents ain't involved in that shit anyway.
Or, how about this, too? Your kid's graduating, don't invite me. Nobody wants to go to some fucking kid's graduation other than the parents. Nobody fucking cares. Who wants to sit for 4 hours while they go half of it through English and half of it through Spanish? They want to sit through 4 hours to watch somebody else's kid walk across the stage. Nobody gives a fuck. A guy at work, he missed work. I'm like, what's going on? He goes, my neighbor's kid's graduating. I said, your neighbor's kid? So why the fuck are you going? Well, he asked me to go. You're going to sit there through 3.5 hours of graduation for your neighbor's fucking kid to miss work.
No, I'm sitting there, dude.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm sitting there, and it's one of those days I got to comb my hair, you know, because I'm not a hair comb. I don't do that shit. So I had to comb my hair and shit, and I'm sitting there. I got Weaves is sitting up there in front of me.
I got Weaves.
I seen Weaves up there, and then I seen Tommy G, and these guys are follically challenged, right?
Yeah, me.
So they're having it at like fucking 10 o'clock in the morning, and it goes to like 12. It's like a 2-hour deal. There's 500 kids graduated in middle school now.
At what time?
From 10 to 12.
On what day is this?
It's on a Wednesday.
In a Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the morning, they're having a fucking graduation.
And this is what I'm saying. And it's fucking,
what the
80.
fuck?
It starts out at 85 degrees. By noon, it's fucking 91, 92 degrees. These guys are all fucking sunburnt. They got the ring of fire going on up here, dude. And I'm looking at them, I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. I feel sorry for them, dude. Like,
I would have wore a hat. Fuck,
dude,
I would wear a hat.
I was sunburnt. I mean, I had the John Pauls on, so I was raccooning it, But
Yeah.
I was fucking sunburned here and shit, too. And I was like, we never did this shit. It was like almost dark when we did our graduation.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it was
Like,
in the evening.
makes it pleasant. And there's bleachers where everybody sit in the fucking bleachers and watch you and shit, But that's another thing, man, is the fucking parties, right? Parties. I'm pretty sure our 8th grade graduation party we got going on, we're coming up on probably like, it's around a G, dude. Taco truck, DJ, other shit that's going to be involved, And I don't know if maybe it's just the culture or whatever, but we have other kids in the family that graduated coming to our house to do this kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like, we never did this with the other kids, We have 4 kids that we've raised and they're gone. And now this one's breaking a mold here, so we're going to have to do it for the next one when she does it 8th grade. And then I'm like, what are we going to do for the high school graduation? Because we got a taco truck and a DJ now.
Well, if you're going to have that for the kids, that's fine. The kids are going to go hang out, whatever, but I don't know. And if the parents are parents of the kids that are graduating, I guess that's okay, but I can't see myself having hey, DJ's graduating 7th grade or 6th grade. I want you guys to come over. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, but I think
get them some cash, please.
I think it's just an excuse. That's what it is. Because when Maya had her first birthday party, we got a keg, and I was like, "We're getting a keg for a."
No, that's a Mexican thing, dude.
Yeah, but they're all Salvadorian, so
same
that's
thing.
what I'm thinking.
Same thing.
This graduation party is for the 8th grade graduation.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you're gonna be playing fucking 80s music, pop, lock, and drop shit. It's more for the adults than it is the kids, I think.
Yeah, that's okay. If you're gonna get fucked up, that's
it's
all
just
right.
a reason to party, man. But I don't know. I was just like, it started out as a little thing, and now it's fucking blown up. And I'm pretty sure fucking Van Halen's showing up. So
I guess I was more irritated because the guys were missing work all week, and I'm like, fuck, we gotta get shit done. It's like the guy, I'm a hard ass. I'm a fucking asshole. So fucking one of the guys, he fell off his roof at home and called me Sunday. Older guy, he's about 60. And he says, I gonna make it. I fell off my roof, fucked up my back. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You need to be to work tomorrow, dude. And then he didn't come Monday, and then he called me for Tuesday, and I was like, dude, let me know if you're going to come or I'll hire somebody else. Even though the guy's been working with us 10 plus years, right? Like, I have no pity for people. I'm like, fucking show the fuck up. And then going into that, having no pity for people, is always seeing people bitch about their stress level in their life that have very little fucking stress. Shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to hear about it. Like, you don't have stress. If you're fucking... Oh, I don't want to say this, but I'm saying, if you're at home and you're taking care of 1 or 2 kids and you're stressed out about the
shit.
Dude, shut the fuck up and be happy. Be happy that you're able to stay home and fucking take care of your fucking kids. Because your stress level is not real. Fuck, give it a rest. Fuck. I'm telling you, any given time, I'm in charge of about 30 to 40 guys sometimes, right? And these are grown men. Each one has 20, 25 fucking problems. Like, on a slow day, you get about 20, 30 emails, fucking 50, 60 calls. It's nonstop, all day, nonstop. You got to worry about payroll. You got to worry about everybody's time. You got to worry about material coming in. That's the job, this job. People are needing this. This guy needs that. You need to get this by this date. You got superintendents calling you. It's nonstop every day. And then I'll go and look at somebody. Oh, I just need a break because this fucking home life is just stressing me out. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Dude,
shut the fuck up.
Isn't that what retiring is about, though? Is like getting home and then fucking, you know, being able to be home, I mean, that's what I want to do when I retire, is be able to fucking kick it.
That's cool, but don't bitch about it.
And I'm sure I'm going to have grandkids and shit like that, but...
Just don't bitch about it. That's good. That's a good thing. Just don't bitch about it.
But here's what I think it is, man. That's part of their game, is because everybody thinks they do the most important job in the world. I don't care what job you have.
Mm-hmm.
You think your job's important.
And it is important.
And society can't get along without you doing it. That's how people think. So,
but I not to cut you off, but it is important. That's what I always tell everybody at work. Like, the guy sweeping up is just as important as my job.
Yeah.
Everybody's job is just important. Just don't bitch about your stress level when you don't have no fucking stress level.
Well, here's the way I feel about shit, man, is you go to work to do work. You shouldn't talk about fucking your sex life or being gay or anything that doesn't pertain to work. All that stuff should be left outside of work, right?
That's your perspective.
Okay, so you tell me, like, you'll have a sexual conversation with the leader.
I work construction, dude, so we talk about everything.
Well, there's a difference between the grunt stuff, right, and then the fucking higher-ups, because...
I still talk like that to the higher-ups, because I have to talk to the labor, and I have to talk to project managers, superintendents. I still talk the same way. Yeah, I talk the same way no matter what.
You can't do that in like an office.
No, I understand. You can't do that like that. No. Yeah, you can't do that there.
Because when I'm out in the field, I bullshit and talk to people just like we do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at their own house, I can get a reading on them if they're cool and savvy, or if they're uptight and their buttholes puckered. And if they're the uptight butthole pucker type of people, excuse me, I'll be like, I'm just here to provide you a service, do my job, make sure everything's safe, you know. If it's the other type of guy and there's fucking smoking weed and shit, I'll be like, what's up? You know?
Right.
But fucking those people that are in the office, that kind of thing, that stress and that victimhood, what they're doing is producing some type of victimhood, like, oh, my life is overwhelmed right now, I can't handle this, the kids are yelling, they're fighting all the time, and this and that, and I have to do the laundry, and dude, that's part of their get up.
Right, but don't complain about it. Just be happy that that's your only stress level. Shut the fuck up about it. Shut the fuck up, go do your thing and enjoy yourself. You don't have a high stress level. But what you're saying, though, is true. And but I do catch myself talking to people that I'm not supposed to talk to in that way. I catch myself, and then I pull back a little bit. Like, if I call the office, right, and then I'm talking to the secretary or something, and I'll say, hey, this happened the other day. So Walters, the old guy Walters, I said, I'm sending him in to grab some checks or something like that. Oh, somebody picked up the wrong checks, took them out there. And I said, well, tell him to wait there because the person's going to bring them back. He said, well, he has an appointment. I said, no, he don't have a fucking appointment. He wants to go to the fucking bar. Tell him to stay there. And she goes, well, I can't tell him that. I said, okay, bye. Call him up. Walter, stay there. I know you just going to the fucking bar. Stay there, wait for the fucking checks. I call her back. I said, he's going to fucking stay there. She goes, well, you don't have to make him stay there. And I said, yeah, I do, because I need those fucking checks. And I catch myself talking to her, and I'm like, you know, the guy's already fucking 7 years old. I mean, if you don't want to do that, he might as well fucking die already. And she's like, oh my gosh, you can't say somebody should die.
Yeah.
And then I catch myself and I fucking reel back. I'm like, okay, I can't talk to everybody like that, right?
Some people don't understand it, man.
You would be fucking, well, you know, because we talk like that, but people would be amazed. I mean, I've got on the phone before and be pissed off at work because I'm dealing with a bunch of people and had to deal with something that's for at home. Right? And I've had to talk to like the air conditioning guy or something that was going to come by, and I'm like, hey, you guys need to fucking come right fucking now. And I catch myself talking like that, and I'm like, oh, I can't talk like that all the time. People could just fucking hang up on you.
Yeah, the language that kill you every time.
Oh, I know, but it's just such a bad habit. I'm just doing it for so long that it's just normal. And it's not anger, it's just the way I talk.
So this happened to me, dude. I got into a conversation on Friday. It's fucking like an hour before I'm getting off. I'm on the street going 45 miles an hour, getting ready to make a right turn. I got a green light. I see the red hands up, so people aren't supposed to cross in the crosswalk.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes A-hole and A-hole's wife, and they got two big German Shepherds, and they're running. And I can tell they're going to fucking run across the light. You know what I mean?
You should be allowed to run them over. You should be allowed to run them over.
That's what I'm saying, but apparently, as soon as they enter the thing, a vehicle should not go. But I'm already in the process. Like I said, I'm going 45. I'm slowing down quite a bit to make this turn. And then I see him. He gets like 10, 15 feet into it while I'm making the turn. And then as I go by, he stops, gets my truck number, fucking calls in on me and shit.
And then you call in on somebody like a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
This is what you do. This is the fucking... You're right about this. This is the generation we're in. If you have a problem with fucking him driving like that, you go up, you follow him, you say, hey, what's your fucking problem? You talk to him face to face. You don't fucking call on them. What is wrong with people?
No,
what happened to fucking deal with people face to face anymore?
I seen him, so I'm going, I see him. I pull over. I stop my truck. I get out. I'm like, hey, you got a problem? He's all, no, but you will. He fucking takes off in this. I called my boss, told my boss what's up. I haven't heard nothing about it since, but that's what I handle. I'll be like, dude, you're breaking. First of all, he's breaking the law. You had a red light. You're not supposed to be crossing.
But it's their world, Fraser.
Yeah, that's
it's their fucking world.
It's his
dude.
example that his time is more important than mine.
Yes,
you know
this is what I tell my kids. I say let the cars go by, or you get up there, hold the door for everybody. Like, it's, don't think about yourself, think about other people first. But this is the world we're in. You know, they got the fucking little fucking joggers on with the fucking reflectors, and they got the perfect couple matching outfits, and they're jogging through the fucking street. You deserve, if you're fucking like that, you deserve to get run over.
Dude,
fuck it, run over.
That's what I'm saying. We need to go back to fucking Darwinism right here, bro. That's the best form.
We need to go back to Chuck Hutchinism,
dude. Dude, I'll tell you, last night we're going to movies and stuff, and right by the movie place there's this ice cream joint that serves burgers and stuff. I see 3 groups.
The Moo place?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I see 3 groups outside sitting there. They're on a date. They're all in their 20s, maybe early 30s on a date.
Okay.
Each one of them's like this. Not talking to each other or shit. They're both on their phones. Next table, they're on their phones. Next table, they're on their phones. I'm like, fucking... If I was dating some chick and she pulled her phone out to do some phone shit while we're on a date, that date's over.
Well, it depends how hot she was. You would put up with it if she was pretty hot.
Nah, I'd be like...
I think so, dude.
I gotta tell my wife, same thing. Me and my wife are out, or we just respect each other like that. We don't do that. Or if she says, hey, I'm gonna check this or that, I'll say, okay, I'm gonna check some shit too. Boom. You know what I mean? But
that's how you should be.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and ignore her.
You're right.
I'd rather hear her talk about something that's going on at work or something with her friends or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And whatever kind of stuff they gotta get off their chest to you.
You're right, Fraser. You know what? I'm gonna fucking say you're right.
Fucking shit, dude. Let's get some of that. But that's the way kids are nowadays, dude. It's a fucking tech world, man.
That's where we're at. You have to fucking deal with it. You gotta evolve, though. Times are evolving. You have to evolve, or you're gonna fucking die. You can say, "Well, I'm not evolving. I'm not changing." You have to. You gotta change. You gotta.
No, I'll roll with the game, man. But I don't like the minority pushing the agenda for the majority. Because I'll guarantee you, dude, if we had a 1% group, like I was trying to talk to a guy at work about this, we get this Gay Pride Month this month, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with that. That's fine. You have your Gay Pride Month, or they have Black History Month in February. We have an Asian Pacific Islander Month, and I think it's in July, which is also the Independence of the United States Month, but whatever. We have these different things at work. But we don't have anything for white guys. Or for
what the fuck is white guys?
Straight Americans.
You have Columbus Day. It's for Italians. Italians celebrate New York Columbus Day. You have fucking Portuguese Day. You have fucking Irish Day. You know, you have fucking St. Patrick's Day. Those are fucking. There's no such thing as fucking white. The fuck is white?
Well, what is black?
Black is a culture.
White is a culture.
No,
dude.
Black is a culture. Black people are fucking celebrated, and this was explained to me. Most of the people lineage can only get traced back until this fucking DNA shit can only get traced back to slavery days. So all they don't have like you have Irish or I have Russian Mexican or I have something that I can go back and say, well, this is actually my culture. They don't have that. Their culture is only to be traced back to slavery. So their culture is black culture. That's their culture.
Dude, no, because it's genealogically shit, dude. I mean, there's only like 5 genes or 5.
You're talking about today. You're talking about the new fucking DNA testing.
Where did slaves come from? They came from Africa, right?
Not all of them.
Some came from Venezuela and Argentine stuff, those areas. But that's another one, man. 50%, and I heard a guy, black dude professor, talking about this. 50% of the slaves from Africa that were sold from Africa by Africans came to America. The other 50% were in South America, and that's why you got like Nicaraguans, El Salvadorians, a lot of those Hispanic cultures down there, they're actually black, man.
I don't know. What's your point?
No, my point is you can trace it back to their, just like you're saying you can't be white, that you're Irish or you're Scottish.
Well, I mean, what is white? I don't understand what white is. Everybody says that. What's white? What is white? I don't understand what white is.
Dude, it's what...
I'm fucking Mexican or Russian.
No, you're pretty much white, Willer.
Well, I'm just telling you what I am.
It's the same difference.
If they had a Russian day, I would celebrate. If they had a fucking Mexican day, I'd celebrate it.
So if you seen a dark...
But a white day is a racist day.
If you seen a dark-colored African-American guy, you would say he's a black guy.
I wouldn't know. He might be El Salvadorian. He might be Puerto Rican. He might be...
Well, let me ask you this. What about the true Africans? Like, there's a bunch in El Grove. Ballers. Dude, these African guys are ballers. I mean, they work like 3 jobs.
Okay.
They got a higher worth ethic than I've seen of any other type of culture, right? And you know, because they got that kind of talk when they speak to each other. They really do pop and lock it.
Okay. I believe you.
But out of all the cultures, and I mean, there's a lot of Chinese cats too that I know hold down 2 or 3 jobs and stuff. We got one at work. He works PG&E. He has a business, and he works for another company, dude.
No, same with the Arabs, dude. They do the same thing. The Arabic people are the same way. They drive a fucking taxi cab. They're fucking running a 7-Eleven. They do different things, you know.
They kill it, but
the Mexicans, same thing.
You would see that guy. You go, oh, he's a black guy. No, he's not. He's an African. He's an African. He's from Africa, man. And he's, you know.
Well, there's a difference between and I kind of see this when I'm listening to these radio shows. There's a difference between Africans that come from Africa and African Americans. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
But
there's a big difference between fucking people who are like, say, if I'm fucking Mexican American, and even the Mexicans in America are a big difference from the people coming over from Mexico. They're not the same fucking people. A lot of people that are Mexicans and that are here, a lot of them don't even speak Spanish.
Dude, and
the Mexicans don't even look like
them. What is it? It's the 3rd generation. Usually the 2nd generation, like if you come here from Mexico, you speak Spanish, you know.
Yeah.
But your kids are more likely going to speak English and broken Spanish.
Right.
Then when you get to the 3rd generation, those kids don't even speak Spanish.
Not unless you teach them.
Yeah.
Not unless you spend some time.
They may understand a little bit of this and that, but they're not fluent in Spanish anymore.
So what are you saying?
Dude, so what I'm saying is when the black folks, the Africans that come from Africa and are black that come to America, they're not black, and they'll tell you they're not black. They'll say, I'm African.
Right.
I'm not black.
I've heard that.
Yeah. They'll say it. But anytime you group or talk about a culture, what is it that the opposing side of the black Americans say? They say white America. They use white. They don't say
white
Irish.
America being the systemic system that's set up. I think that's what they mean. The systemic system that's set up for only. It's the basic system was set up for white male to succeed. Not everybody else.
Okay, so you're using.
I'm talking about Italians. It was for the fucking British people who came over, the English people. It was set up for them to succeed, and everybody else was fucking secondary citizens. Everybody, women.
Well, look, they're the ones that left England, right? They left England and started a new culture, a new.
Yeah, they came over here and killed all the Indians.
Yeah, they came over here.
Colonizer. They're colonizers.
Yeah, they started here.
That's the new name for white people. Colonizers.
But that's what they did. They came over here and did that. Nobody else did that. I didn't see these Italians doing it. I don't see the black Africans doing it.
So you said the English.
Whatever you want to call them. You call them white people.
English. I'm not English.
No.
I'm not from
when
England.
they don't say the English Americans, or they don't say the Irish Americans. They say the white Americans.
What about it?
It's the white man. It's not the Irish man.
I think it's a mentality. I think I'm trying to figure that out too.
In order for it to work, it has to go both ways.
I think it's a mentality.
It has to go both ways.
It's the fucking, everything's good as long as we're keeping the fucking way we live in should be the same. And you know what? It's not, dude. However you want to think, it's not the same, and it's not going to stay the same.
Well,
and it's
here's
evolving.
my point. Here's my point about it, though. If people ask me, "What are you?" I say, "I'm American." That's what I am.
I'm human.
No.
I always say I'm human.
I'm American.
I'm human.
I'm American, dude. That's
because you know what? I believe in God, and God's looking down at us, and He's fucking laughing at us, and He's saying, "Look at these fucking idiots. They're worried about some fucking made-up man border lines, and I don't give 2 shits about these borders." That's what gets me about the fucking Christians, is that they're like, well, we gotta, God blesses America. And like, no, God blesses people.
Well,
Stop with that shit.
Look at this map here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are there lines here? This is all America.
It's all man-made.
Okay, it's all America though, right?
Right, it's all man-made.
So why do we got different lines in here? Because of rules. Because of regulation. because of taxes.
Man-made shit.
Right?
Man-made shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. God's
what,
up there laughing at us and saying, you guys got it all wrong. You
Yeah.
guys have it all wrong. Because when you go to heaven, he's going to say, well, you were from California. Let's see here. And the law in California says that you can't do this and you did that, but it is legal in Iowa, so you did follow the law theoretically. He don't give two shits. He's going to be like, you guys got it all wrong.
See, it's funny to me.
You guys got it all wrong.
This is what's funny to me is when people talk about religion. It's funny to me.
I have faith. I don't
just like heaven. Heaven's funny to me. Like, you had me on Santa Claus when I was a kid. You had me on the Easter Bunny. You had me on the Tooth Fairy, and you had me on Jesus. But just like you're talking about growing, I've outgrown all of that stuff.
Okay.
Right. And so what is real to me is law. I can't go out here and fucking kill somebody because it's against the law.
It's morality.
That has nothing to do with my morals.
Yes, it's morally wrong to go kill somebody.
The only
That's
thing
what I always say. Laws don't always parallel morality. Laws don't always parallel. It was illegal for black people to sit in the front of the bus. So you're saying at that point nobody should have fought it. It was the law and we should accept it. That's it.
Where did that come from? How did I go from?
No, I'm just saying. But that's the law. That was the law. Laws are meant to. You can't change the law until you break the law.
Have you seen Lincoln?
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it a while ago.
Yeah, it's fucking long, 2.5 hours long. But
I like Daniel Day-Lewis too.
I love Daniel Day-Lewis, dude. He's my man. But watching that Lincoln, man, it's just crazy to me to see how many, and they're Democrats. None of them voted for it, man.
What you're saying Democrats, Republicans, it's a whole different party now. It's not even the same party.
I'm sure you would say that, but let's
and
go back to the Raiders and Niners.
I don't even care about the Democrats, Republicans. I'm just saying I see people use that and say, well, actually, the Democrats were the KKK, but that's a whole different party. That's like you saying, well, that's it for life and that's it. Nobody changes and that's how they are. They're still KKK members.
No, that's their history. That's their history.
And I'm not even saying they're not. I'm not even saying Democrats aren't more racist than Republicans. I think they're all the same races. I think there's no 1% that are greater than the other.
Look at who was Martin Luther King fighting against when he was in Selma.
He's fighting against inequality.
But who was he fighting against in Selma?
The system set in place. He was fighting against the system in place.
Okay, which was run by the Democrats, just like Governor George Wallace.
Democrat. Then Democrats are KKK members now. Because that's what they were back then. Yeah,
Always.
You can't go off that logic.
Dude,
that logic doesn't make no sense.
It's the same logic as you saying you're always a Raiders fan.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, you're a Raiders fan, but they moved to L.A., and now they moved to Oakland, and now they're moving to Vegas.
So?
They're still Raiders.
So the Democrats are still KKK members?
You got that right.
They still support slavery?
You got that right.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? It don't make no logic. It has no logic. You can't even
go with that.
Dude. You can argue a different point. You could say that Democrats are just as racist as Republicans. I would agree with that.
Okay, but the Republicans are the ones that passed the 13th Amendment. You're talking about the ones who fought for it, the ones who made the change?
We're changed where we're at right now. Where we're at right now, everything changes. You can say fucking independents were this before, now they're this. You can say the fucking Green Party was this, and now they're this.
But history is history.
History is history, and history is history. It's gone. It's past. Yeah. We live in today.
But that's the building blocks for today is what was done yesterday.
So now I'm going to hold a Democrat, let's say like Kamala Harris. I'm going to hold her to accountable. Kamala Harris. The same accountable as the fucking Democrats who were supporting KKK.
Listen to her talk, dude.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Her rhetoric is the same, dude.
Oh, is it? What's her rhetoric?
Her rhetoric is it's flipped.
What is it?
It's that, the victimization of the black man. The victimization of the black society.
We're dealing with it right now, and it is. It's all systemic. It's the way that's built, and we're evolving from it. We've evolved from where we were.
So
we've evolved from slavery to integration to fucking. We're evolving. We're constantly evolving. We're not there, but we're getting there, and people are now finally fighting for it.
But the biggest stepping stone is teaching young black youths that they don't have a leg up, that they're already in second place.
They don't have a leg up. They have an opportunity. They don't always have the same opportunity, but they have an opportunity. Now, some people have to go. It's going to take them a little bit more, but you still have an opportunity. Like you can succeed in spite of. I think that's what she's saying. In spite of this, you can still succeed.
I haven't heard any positivity. It's negativity. I would say Kamala Harris puts out 96% negativity.
I see that as soon as somebody decides they he can run for president, all the Republicans just attack him. They go through. I mean, come on, dude. We're talking about fucking Trump, Kim Kardashian, and Dennis Rodman fucking running our government now.
No, they're gonna solve the nuclear
what
problem,
the fuck, dude? This is how fucked up we are right now. We're like, okay, well, Kim Kardashian, she went in there, and then Dennis Rodman's going to fucking like. This is where we're at. We're our country is being laughed at by the world right now.
Yeah, but if you seen that ass walk into your office, right?
Yeah. But then,
what are you gonna do? Dude?
No. And then
look at that smile, boy.
Oh yeah, of course. But then again, I listened to the guy I listened to. He said, we can't put politics above. We can't put policy and politics above progress. Now, if Kim's gonna go in there and get something done,
what do you think?
Fuck it.
Look at with the Obama healthcare plan. You think that's still a good thing, right?
I think he tried to create something and he couldn't change it because nobody would let him.
No,
he had an idea.
It was a plan to fuck us from the get-go.
No, I don't.
Spicer was all over that, dude.
I think the idea. Well, something had to be done. At least Obama tried to go in and do something.
He changed the whole process for 340 million people.
You see, they're still trying to go back
for 300 million. For 3 million, dude.
You see, they're still trying to go back and change the fucking pre-existing conditions right now. They're starting. I see a little bit of rhetoric in there. They're starting it. They're going to start saying, well, that's illegal. You shouldn't have pre-existing. No, everybody should have fucking health care. Give me a fucking break.
It's not a right, dude. It's not a right. It's something you should earn.
No, it's a right. It's a right. It's a right for the country we live in. As much money as we have and we blow on stupid shit, there should be health care for everybody.
This is what I'm going to say, right? Like, say you have a broken leg, you go in the ER.
And I pay for my own fucking health care.
You have a broken leg, you go in the ER, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they should fucking fix your leg, right? I agree with that.
Yeah.
Something fucking... Right now, fucking you're going to die or some kind of shit. That health care is there.
Well, that's what we have in America right now.
Yeah, regardless of wherever you go.
Yeah.
But if I go in there and I'm like, I fucking hurt my wrist right here, and I need to go to ER and wait 4 hours to have them tell me take 2 Tylenol and go home. There are people that do that shit all the time, every day.
Right. I have people at work that don't want to do that.
Yeah, they should not have health care because if they did, they'll say, oh, you know what? Maybe my wrist will get better in a couple days instead of if I'm going to pay $900 to go to a fucking ER room.
I would pay. I don't mind paying more money so somebody else can have health care. I have no problem with that. I pay way too much for myself.
So you're forgiving all the illegals that are coming in health care?
I don't give a fuck about illegals or legals. I don't give a fuck about that. All I care about is people. I'm telling you, when I die and I'm judged from my God to say, well, you know what? You did what's right by United States law. He don't give a fuck. He's laughing at us right now. I don't give a fuck. I'll pay more so illegal can have health care.
You believe
I don't give a fuck. I don't hold you in any more high regard than somebody who's illegal. You both are the same. You both the same person. You both bleed and breathe.
Here's the difference. I don't
have
go to work. I pay for my health care.
Okay.
I'm not asking somebody else to pay for me.
I don't care. I'll pay for somebody else.
See, I'm not like that. Man.
I am like that.
Let me have my money.
I'd rather be broke. I'd rather be poor. I'd rather just be the way and just pay more taxes and just have somebody else have something.
Why have extra money? Why not just give it to charity?
I do. We do.
Dude, I guarantee you have extra money.
Just not a whole lot.
Do you have a savings?
Maybe.
Why? Why didn't you give it to...
So I can figure out how to fucking help more people?
It's a fucking lie. There's the reality, and then there's the fucking wage. I think it should be, and the reality wins, dude.
Reality what?
You're gonna see, man. Fucking this is what just happened this week too. We had that primary, right?
Okay.
Where they thought it was gonna be the cat from L.A. and Newsom. We're gonna be two.
Villaraigosa or whatever.
Villarusa, yeah. And they thought those two were going to have the runoff here in November.
It's going to be Cox and...
It's going to be Cox and Newsom. But here's one thing about... California has a jungle primary, which I think is a fucked up word to use. Jungle primary.
I never even heard that before.
That's what it's called, because other states have different types of primaries, but ours is called a jungle primary. And so the top two, regardless if they're both Democrats or they're both Republicans, the top two go and run off in November.
That's how it should be too. I believe it should be like.
Yeah, it should be like that. But but here's what happened, and this is what screwed the Democrats: is you have 11 different Democrats running for the position, right? And they know Gavin Newsom's the one that was going to get it, but these other cats taking votes away. And what happened was it fucked Villagrosa.
Hey. I'm fucking on the fucking... I might vote for Cox. I'm telling you right now.
Dude, well, I've been listening... I liked Allen more than Cox, but I ended up voting for Cox because Allen was like sucking votes away from Cox.
But I'm telling you, in the primary, I'm probably gonna vote for Cox. I'm thinking because what's going on in California is kind of bullshit.
Dude, it's fucked up. But my point being is, if you're an independent in California, you're not allowed to vote in these setup elections.
Did you see what they're doing to Bernie Sanders, dude? The Democrats?
Uh-uh.
They're fucking them, dude. They're fucking putting new laws in place where you can't, if you're an independent, you can't fucking do what Trump did and switch over to Republican. You can't do that. So they're making laws where Bernie Sanders cannot run on the Democratic Party at all. If he got to the fucking primaries, if he got to where voting for president, they're saying that he wouldn't be able to get on the Democratic, like Trump did to Republicans.
Yeah, but he's a Democratic senator, isn't he?
Yeah, but no, he was running on independent, right? They're trying to ostracize him because I seen him the other day go on and everything he's saying is like correct. I'm like, what he's saying is good. He's saying some good shit. But the Democratic Party don't want Bernie Sanders on there, so they're making laws for him not to get on the fucking Democratic Party. Well,
here's
it's such bullshit, dude.
So here's what down. I think Newsom won like 33% of the vote. Cox got like 28% of the vote, right? Well, here's the issue and the problem with the California primary deal is that the independents can't cast a vote unless you're independent. I mean, unless you're Republican or unless you're Democrat. So you have a voting block of 40%.
Well, then how did you vote if you're registered independent?
I registered Republican for the last election so I could vote for Trump.
Oh, okay. I thought you were registered independent.
No, I'm libertarian now.
Or libertarian.
Yeah. But I did that so that I could vote, so my vote would count, because otherwise it wouldn't count it. So when it comes around to November, these cats that are independent and stuff are going to be able to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Their votes weren't counted this time around.
Mm-hmm. So we don't really know where they're going to be voting.
Well, you're talking a 7 or 8% difference between Newsom and Cox right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to make the decision are the independents. And the independents are the ones that don't like what the Republicans are doing, don't like what the Democrats are doing, but they take the reality. How's this going to affect me?
Mm-hmm.
How's this affect my life?
Right.
And I think Cox...
I would say that's true. I'd say the independents see more reality than party line.
Yeah. They don't vote on emotion.
Mm-mm.
They don't...
That's why I said I might vote for Cox.
Yeah. So
because I don't vote party line. Whatever, regardless of what our friends think, I don't fucking vote party line. I probably voted more Republican than Democrat. I just believe what I believe. And everybody said, no, you can't believe that. You have to put fucking USA and fuck everybody else. And I don't believe that. I believe in people first. That's all I believe in.
I read what I voted for the Indian dude, the American Indian dude, Chief Lightfoot, or did you see that guy on there?
No.
But it was cool. Whatever he had on there, I was like, I'm voting for
There's always some fucking porn star or somebody running for something.
And then, Galt's own Don Natoli was on there unchallenged.
Oh, really?
Nobody went against him, man. And I was like, I'm going against him next time. The 6th congressional district.
Are you going to write it? You write in your name?
I did on 3 of them. I wrote my own name in on 3 of them, so just to get it out there. But some of these people hold, like Feinstein, she holds such a freaking standing in this state. The closest challenger to her had like 3% of the vote.
It's money.
Dude,
you have so much money. You flood the market with fucking advertising and everything else that you can't. You don't know there's anybody else going, dude.
Well, my kids came over here.
But it's changing. The internet's changing a lot of that.
It is, because my kids came over here and they're like, Dad, how do I vote? And this, and I said, look, I'm not going to tell you how to vote. Here's what you do. You look at what it's saying, right? And basically, if it wants more new taxes, I'm like, no. Fuck it. You guys got enough money already. I vote no on that shit. And then there was one like a gasoline tax. Should we use the gasoline tax to fix our roads? Yeah, you should. But we had to vote yes on that.
I think I might vote for Mark Ruiz.
Mark? Is he running, dude?
I don't know. I just played.
But, no, that shit's fucked up. I don't even think we had politics on there, man. We got into it.
No, we were going to want to, but we're already at an hour, so you want to say your top 3 movies before we get out of here?
Top 3 movies. Well, look at, man, we got well, we hit almost that shit, yeah. Okay, so let me see.
Give me your top 3 movies and top 3 TV shows.
See, I wish we had more time to think about this, man.
You don't need time to think. You know right now, Fraser.
Okay, so let me see. I like gangster movies and shit, and
you don't have to give me an order.
Yeah, but I'm saying I like gangster movies, you know, like Godfather, Goodfellas, Casino, shit like that.
Yeah.
And I think, I put Goodfellas in there. I like Goodfellas, man. It's probably in my top 3.
Yeah. Okay,
That's a good
Goodfellas. I would say one for me is Braveheart.
Braveheart's tight, dude.
What
Fucking
else?
love.
Give me another one.
I like Scarface because he goes rags to riches and he don't give a fuck. I mean, that's you guys don't know. I got him right there. It's a movie cover right there. That thing's like 15 years old, dude.
That's nice.
Still rocking it.
Scarface.
But I like Pacino, man. Pacino's one of my. And De Niro's another one. That's what. Aside from their political points of view.
I like Godfather 2.
Godfather 2 is badass. I'll tell you what, though, Godfather 1, that wedding scene in Godfather 1.
Mm-hmm. You like that, huh?
Fuck, man. That talk about making America great again. That's what I've said. That's the way weddings used to be and shit. I mean, that is fucking...
When everybody came in the fucking room and asked them for favors?
Well, no, I'm talking about the flowers, the arrangements, the dancing, the fucking, the heritage.
Well, you can't fucking afford it no more, dude.
Yeah, but...
That'd be a fucking $300,000 wedding right now. $500,000.
Isn't incredible, though, man, just to watch it. I mean, it's cinematic fucking awesomeness, dude.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I love that movie.
And you know, like I said, they're following that Italian heritage and stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it fucking is so tight. It makes me want to be Italian, man, you know?
Well, you're not, so...
I know. 23andMe is gonna.
You're Asian.
This
so
is what I'm.
You're
fucking,
Asian. You're gonna have to have an Asian.
I know.
wedding.
I am. That was a. By the way, that was a character. I wasn't coming out as a transracial
Trans-Asian?
Yeah, that was just for a character. So there was people commenting on me becoming the next Jackie Chan and shit. It's funny, but I was teasing.
Up in Smoke. One of my all-time favorite movies. Up in Smoke. I could watch that a million times. It's not fucking cinematography fucking great. It's not. It's just two fucking stoners fucking doing some stupid shit.
No, that's a good movie, man.
Cousin Strawberry.
And Red, Cousin Red. Oh, that was
in the next one.
Yeah.
No,
those are good fucking movies, dude. And then another one I'll watch just like that. It's not like the greatest or filming or whatever, but Indiana Jones, man, fucking.
You love Indiana Jones.
Dude, that motherfucker's badass. Like, he's a professor.
Great movie.
He fucking finds shit. He fights. You know, he don't just fucking shoot people and use the whip and shit. He fucking fights.
What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Empire Strikes Back, dude.
It's got the top one.
That's the best. Dude.
Yeah. We just watched Solo last night. You seen that
Solo's
too?
tight, yeah.
Solo was good. It was a good little fucking... It's not going to be ranked up there in the top 3 Star Wars movies, but it's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's like a story, part of the storyline.
It's probably like number 4 or 5. Out of the new ones, I like the Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Where Anakin becomes Vader. And, you know, Obi-Wan Kenobi doesn't get props, but that motherfucker's the baddest lightsaber fighter there is, dude.
Okay.
If you check them all, that motherfucker kicks.
I didn't think about that. I never thought about that.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, dude. And then when he does die, right, he just like, fuck it. He gives it up to Vader, and Vader takes him out.
You don't think the Sith is badass?
Oh, Darth Maul?
Yeah.
The double-edged fucking... That's pretty sick.
He's pretty badass.
I've read all the books and shit. I'm a geek on that shit, dude, so...
What do you think best porno of all times?
The best porno of all time.
Leaving!
Let me think. You know, the movie Color of Night?
Mm-mm.
It's Bruce Willis. It's a pretty good movie. It's probably, I don't know, like a 77 out of 100. But it shows Bruce Willis's penis in it, so...
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's probably one of my Color of Night. I don't know. You know, there's another crazy one was fucking The Crying Game.
Yeah, that was a weird fucking movie.
Dude, and then there's other movies, man. Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, Shawshank, I might be up there, too.
The Green Mile.
Green Mile's great. Gladiator.
Gladiator's good,
fucking
yeah.
badass.
I mean, there's different genres of movies, but, like, if I gotta sit down and watch a movie right now, fucking... I don't know, I've watched it, like, I don't know.
Goonies?
No, 7 or 8 times. It's Blade Runner 2049. It's the second Blade Runner.
Is that the one that's just out right now?
Yeah.
It's watching on HBO? I almost started watching it the other day.
Yeah, man, because it
kind of seemed kind of weird.
There's a couple franchises that... And Star Wars is on the nuts with this one, too. Like, taking Rogue One into Star Wars 4, A New Hope. They did really good with that transition. But Blade Runner does it awesome. Another one, and I know it's kind of off the wall, but you see that new Wizard of Oz? I mean, it's like 10 years old now, but... Okay, they got the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah, with fucking...
Franco.
James Franco.
Yeah, so when they did a prequel to it, they run that Wizard of Oz shit
the Wizard
into the Wizard of Oz. Yeah,
yeah.
And they did it fucking... I mean, it's flawless, dude. They did awesome.
Yeah.
A couple movies like that, dude. That,
what about TV shows?
You know,
Is there any TV shows you watch all the time that are old?
old TV shows.
I watch Andy Griffith every day I get home from work.
Dude, you know
Seriously, dude. I record Andy Griffith and I watch at least an episode right when I get home from work.
I've seen them all too. I love Andy Griffith.
Because Don Knotts is one of my favorite. Don Knotts, Steve Buscemi. These are like two of my favorite fucking comedic actors.
They look the same, dude.
Oh, I love them. I was watching Three's Company this morning.
It's like Joe Montana and Barry Manilow, dude. They're the same.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, but no, I'm thinking. I've been watching Barney Miller.
I used to watch Barney Miller. I haven't watched it.
Dude, I just watched it because the girls, we have, what's that called? El Rey. And then Me TV, they show all the old shit.
Okay.
And for some reason, I don't know why the fucking Cosby's still running. I don't know why Cosby has like 3-4 hour blocks of TV still.
Yeah, I don't even see Cosby on there.
Dude, I got it. Cosby
on regular cable?
Dude, and I like it. I mean, it's a good show.
It was a great show. I still watch it. I still watch, even with all the Roseanne shit, I still watch Roseanne.
And you know what? I got Comcast, right? And I was just fucked up one night, and I was like, how many channels do I really have? So I went to like 9,999.
17?
No, dude, there's
No, I'm just saying that to actually show fucking shows.
Oh, I know, right?
I fell asleep watching Scientology channel last night.
Oh, fuck. There's a whole block of religious channels, and I was watching with my daughters, and I was trying to show them, like, hey, this is what people really think this. They live and breathe this. This is what they do. I mean, this is their life. But in the 1400s on Comcast, there's a whole set of, like, Bloomberg TV, TV, El Rey. There's a bunch of old ones, and you'll pick up Three's Company, fucking...
I watch Three's Company almost every day. I record it. Three's Company every day. Every day. I'm at the Regal Beagle probably 2-3 times a week.
More than Larry?
Yeah, more than fucking Larry. Mr. Furley. All right.
Oh, I didn't even gotta ask you which Mr. Furley. You're fucking Don Knotts.
Oh,
Furley.
Don Knotts, yeah. Fucking Mr. Roper. I'm not into Mr. Roper, really.
Furley and Roper.
Yeah.
I know both. Yeah, I'm trying to think, too, when we were kids, man, Fall Guy. But
I watched that a little bit.
What about $6 Million Man?
I watched that a little bit, not much. I watched fucking Good Times, What's Happening, fucking Three's Company, all those shows.
So on the fucking $6 Million Man, I remember this as a kid. He fought Sasquatch.
Okay.
And Sasquatch is a fucking robot like $6 Million Man. But I didn't know as a kid the Sasquatch was played by Andre the Giant.
Oh, okay.
Dude, there's like a clip on YouTube. It's 7 minutes long or whatever. And then, it's a fake fucking.
It's not like the real Sasquatch.
But he is. He's better than that Jack Link Sasquatch. I mean,
this is not the real, but there is a real Yeti.
Oh, there's many. I mean,
yeah, there's many. There's many. I don't know.
We'll get into that another show.
Yeah, because these fucking idiots don't believe there's just Bigfoot. Obviously, there is a Bigfoot.
Dude, I got Bigfoot here somewhere. There he is over there.
We'll talk about Bigfoot on another show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because these fucking morons don't really think there's a Bigfoot out there. There's a Bigfoot out there.
Dude, come on. I got a story about the bone fence, dude.
Yeah, we'll hear about it another night.
Dude, I got to write that one down so I don't forget about it. So I was hiking with Michon and Matt McCollum. It was fucking crazy. Bone fence up in Oregon, dude.
But you ready to call this?
Yeah, I think
I got a busy day.
Yeah, I think we're tied in, man. Fucking till next week, guys. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
We're just to let you know, we might start running some commercials. I don't know. What do you think?
Run them.
Run 'em.